For years, it was said to be the SeaWorld of Canada.
You will have a whale of a time.
A place of joy for people and animals.
Everyone loves MarineLand.
But those days seemingly a relic of time long gone. Animals, including more than 24 beluga whales, are still on the property, but the park is no longer open to visitors. And in a stunning letter obtained by NBC News, MarineLand says they are bankrupt, out of cash, and could be forced to euthanize 30 of their beluga whales. MarineLand wanted to relocate and sell their beluga whales to an aquarium in China.
This is a very difficult decision.
But the request was denied because that aquarium houses animals in captivity for entertainment. A possible violation of Canadian laws, including one passed in 2019 that prohibits future whales and dolphins from being placed in captivity. In the letter to the Minister of Fisheries, MarineLand claims because they are in debt, quote, our only options at this point are to either relocate the whales or face the devastating decision of euthanasia, and asked if the federal government is prepared to provide immediate operating funding for ongoing whale care until a suitable relocation can be arranged. In response, the minister said Canadians should not be on the hook for the park's expenses and maintained that moving the whales to Chimelong Ocean Kingdom in China, MarineLand's only proposal, is not in the best interest of the mammals.
It was owned by one single person without a lot of reinvestment. The deterioration really started to turn on this place.
Phil Demers was a whale trainer at MarineLand for more than a decade, but he says he left because he believed the park was engaging in negligent practices.
The water was deteriorating so badly, and the disinfection unit as a whole, the life support system, was failing. And so I quit and I became a whistleblower. MarineLand subsequently sued me for $1.5 million.
Back in 2020, Canada's Animal Welfare Service launched an investigation into the park and determined that the park's marine life was under distress because of poor water quality. By 2024, the government said those issues were resolved and the water quality improved. But that same year, MarineLand was found guilty and fined 85,000 Canadian dollars for failing to comply with animal welfare orders after allegedly keeping 3 bears in small enclosures with inadequate access to water.
Get it to the guy with his hand up.
20 whales, 19 belugas, and 1 orca have died at the park since 2019, according to data compiled by the Canadian press. A spokesperson for MarineLand told The Guardian in January that those deaths were due to natural causes and said their whales receive far better health care than most humans. But advocacy groups have spent years documenting footage like this, depicting what they describe as deplorable conditions. In one video from 2021, the park's lone orca whale appeared to repeatedly bash its head against a tank wall.
We'd love to be free in the oceans.
An expert we spoke to said the video shows agitated, somewhat violent behavior that at best is what's known as stereotypy, a sign of neurosis, boredom, or distress in captive animals. NBC News has repeatedly reached out to MarineLand, but so far they have yet to respond.
All those in favor?
Local officials tell NBC the future of the animals at MarineLand is a top priority.
We're going to find a solution.
They say they have no intention of letting the beluga whales die, but finding a new, safe home for so many whales is complicated.
It's not as simple as letting them free into the ocean because they were all born in captivity and they've lost that natural instinct.
As for Phil Demers, he says the whales should have been moved out of MarineLand years ago, but the Canadian government can and must act faster to save them now.
You're watching their decline in real time. It's a hellhole for the animals.
So, Gotti, the American Association of Zoos and Aquariums say they have been in touch with their Canadian counterpart, CAZA, and they write this in a statement that CAZA and AZA, together with all of their members, have, quote, pledged their full support and assistance in the coordinated rescue of the beluga whales from MarineLand, Canada. When we reached out to AZA directly for more information, they told NBC News that right now they're not aware of any current plans to rescue the beluga whales from MarineLand, and they say they have not received any formal requests to help from the Canadian government.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.